The most beautiful woman in America eats a watermelon. Stressful jobs, a recap of Britain's Got Talent, and stay tuned because Fiona Wallace is back to offer me some more words of advice. I'm a social. Love you, bitch. I whip it out whenever I can. What the fuck? I had to have it. What the fuck? This week I saw an article about the top 5 most stressful jobs in America. Can you guess the top 5? Go ahead and guess and I'll come back to this. How many of the top 5 can you guess? Go. 30 seconds. I got my May issue of Esquire in the mail, which is actually a pretty manly magazine for a guy like me. I also get details, but that's manly in a man-on-man type of way. On the cover is a very sexy redhead who I thought was Julianne Moore with a boob job, but no, it's actually Christina Hendrick from the hit show Mad Men. Inside is another sexy picture of her taking a bite of a watermelon. It's Esquire's sexy way of getting us to think, ooh, redhead, watermelon. She's taking a bite. It's juicy. Melons. Was it just me who got that? Christina is featured as the winner of the poll as voted on by the women of America. She is the best looking woman in America, beating out a firefighter, a corporate executive, a taxi driver, a surgeon, and a police officer. Those are the top 5 stressful jobs in America. How many of the 5 did you guess? Were you waiting to guess later? Did I ruin it? Okay, we'll play another game. Guess what number I'm thinking of. Go. Christina had 30% of the vote. Adriana Lima had 17%. Jessica Alba 15%. Megan Fox 14%. Zoe Saldana from Avatar with her tail in the pinia 13%. Zac Efron 8%, and Michelle Obama 4%. Women think Zac Efron is a better looking woman than Michelle Obama. Ouch. If it's any comfort to the Obamas, in the best looking man contest, President Obama tied with Zac Efron with 3% of the vote. So ladies think Zac is a better looking woman than man, so that makes everyone who took this poll a lesbian. I love this poll. It also says 79% of the women are satisfied with the size of their breasts. That's the second time I've done that today. Breasts. 89% support gay marriage, and 75% feel comfortable naked. These must be some hot ladies who took the poll. The hot lesbian breast, self-naked loving ladies. Make sure you're watching Britain's Got Talent, the contest that gave us Susan Boyle. You can watch clips right here on YouTube. Acts that stood out this week were 7. I was thinking of the number 7. Did you guess 7? My birthday is 8, so I tend to think 8, but for some reason I was thinking 7. The Regurgitator. In the video description, the Regurgitator, it says, "This is extremely dangerous. Do not try this at home." I'm like, what the hell is he going to do? So he swallowed 5 coins. I've seen him before. I feel like I've seen him before. And he hits his chest, and he makes this noise and drops them in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Clank, clank, clank. And then he brings them back up in whatever order you want. The crowd is repulsed. Amanda is horrified and then aroused. So he brings up number 3, and then 4, and then 1. And I was like, don't X him while he's still got something down in his stomach. And he's like, one of them is stuck. So he swallows a ball to bring the final coin back up. I'm afraid I'll hit my mic. Well, anyway, the noise going, and he does this weird thing. Is it impressive or disgusting? Swallowing is not always a good thing, kids. The arrangement was odd, but I enjoyed it. It was a classical music group of 17 and 18-year-olds. Not cute. They did a medley of I Got a Feeling, Apple Bottom Jeans, If I Were a Boy, Poker Face. Pierce said it was brilliant. Amanda stood up. The crowd went crazy. Simon gonged it immediately and said they seemed drunk and crazy like something out of a movie. I think it was odd, but I appreciated the attempt at something so original. Max Oliver came out dressed like Lady Gaga. Simon immediately. His ass was hanging out. Thank you to Pierce and Amanda for letting him go on. The crowd was nuts for him too. Simon said no. Pierce said yes. Amanda gave him a yes. He has no chance if, ass hanging out contest. Sure. Simon looked pissed that they put him through. I think the public might keep him in a while. The Queen has already met Lady Gaga, so she might, think he is her and be fine with it. My favorite act, one of my favorites of all time on this show, was Spellbound, a gymnastics group. I would vote for them. Their age range is 12 to 24, and it includes an 18-year-old with a six-pack. Amanda was like, are you sure you're 18? Mama-like. It was flawless. It was effortless. They were perfection, so calm and elegant. Every huge trick looked so easy, and the crowd leapt to their feet. I had goosebumps watching it. Nothing like America's Got Talent. Let me tell you, in general, this show is so well produced and so much better. Nick Cannon, those two hosts on this version are so charming. Why is this so wonderful and fun to watch? And America's Got Talent is torture. The final act was Christopher Stone. He was there because his parents pressured him, and his mom looks like Kelly, these shoes rule, and he's an accountant, and he says his album would be called This Is My Moment. I was sure he would be dreadful, but then he opened his mouth and started singing Maria from West Side Story. It was beautiful. It was a Susan Boyle moment of that came out of that. I was trying to think of some ugly baby who came out of some hot woman, and that came out of that, but I didn't want to disparage an ugly baby, you know. Oh, don't make fun of ugly babies. There were ugly babies. I saw one in the grocery store, and I was like, oh, that baby's so ugly, and people were like, oh, he's so cute. The crowd was standing halfway before he was done. Simon told him he didn't have the swagger, but he got 3 yeses. Good luck to him. I love your voice, Christopher. God, I love this show. Finally, on Wednesday, I told you I was looking for advice on Dear Buck, and Fiona Wallace, that's how you spell it, with an I, not, yeah, sorry. She watched an episode of Dear Buck and got back to me, and this is what she had to say.
Well, hello, Michael, or What the Buck. It's me again, Fiona Wallace, and I have to say that I went online so that I could see your show, What the Buck, and your advice portion of the show. Well, I didn't realize you had so many people who are watching you. Well, that's wonderful, and I can see why, of course, because you're endlessly entertaining. You talk really, really fast, tad rapid for my heartbeat. Unless you're a hummingbird, I suppose, then it would suit you fine. But no, I think you're just wonderful, and you can tell that you come from a place of goodness with a big open heart. And, beyond answering your questions about how to best help people, because it's wonderful that you want to help people, I think that I could offer my services to you anytime you need. I'd be happy to come onto your show and dispense therapy with you or correct you if you're going astray, because, we don't want to hurt anybody. Okay, and, for example, I did see one where somebody wrote in that her boyfriend wasn't sticking up for her because his friends were calling her a fat cow. Well, the problem with that is, you see, you can't see her. You don't know whether she's a fat cow or not. So we don't know that the boyfriend is at fault, really, and we don't know that his friends were way off the mark. So it's sort of a quick judgment that you made, I think. That's why, my sessions are through sort of some chat window, and I can see them. So they can tell me that they're perfectly fine and they're victimized by some name calling, but I can see for myself that they are, in fact, morbidly obese and could use some kind of tough love in the way of, oh, you're a fat cow. Anyway, all right. Anything I can do to help. Good luck.
That's what I'm talking about. A little respect. What the fuck? Thank you, Fiona, and let me know if you want to work together sometime. We could do counseling together, or maybe you could do a segment for What the Buck, and we could smack talk Kardashians together. That would be fun. Comment questions of the day in the description, in my crotch. Make sure you check out Web Therapy, and there's a new episode of Dear Buck up right now. I hope you enjoy, and have a great weekend. And hey, did you guess the right number? Did you guess the right jobs? Maybe I'll do that in every video. We'll play little games halfway through, so you'll have opportunities to win prizes. I guess I'll have to give things away. Maybe I'll start doing autographs like I do on Blog TV. Would you like that if I did giveaways here? Okay, bye. You should work things out in your head before you start rambling. Oh my God, so I'm putting my microphone back on. The moment I turned the camera off, I got an email from James in the UK. Hi, James. And he said, if you're going to cover Britain's Got Talent this week, you have to talk about the porn star who set herself on fire. Her name, so I'm looking at my other computer because I literally just got this email, so I'm not scripting this. So her name is Amanda Holden, and she's a former porn star. Nothing against that. She didn't have an affair with Tiger Woods. I'm not judging her. So she takes off her top during I'm sure the Queen will love this. She takes off her top, and her boobs are hanging out, and she is lighting herself on fire and singing. So this is the act. She is topless. She has got a stick, one of those sticks, and she's singing, "Fire, I'm on fire," and she's lighting herself on fire. So I don't think the Queen would like this, but wow. So this week was crazy. It was that guy and "I'm on fire," lighting her things on fire. So shout out to Amanda Holden. I love this show still. I don't care. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. After America's Got Talent wouldn't let this out. Let me tell you, there are going to be porn stars auditioning for America's Got Talent this year, and they will not be singing and setting themselves on fire. They will just be, I shouldn't have said that, because I know a lot of porn people watch, so... What was that noise? Maybe you could swallow and you could... Don't do that. This is why I shouldn't be unscripted. Love you, bitch. I whip it out whenever I can. I don't know what that means. What the fuck? I had to have it.
Hello, it's me again. Sorry, Buck. Michael. Well, what the buck? Doesn't matter. That's probably a joke you've done before. I didn't respond to your PS, and I'm sorry. I don't want to seem like I'm ignoring you. PS, are you on Twitter? Well, you should be. It's a great way to find more clients. Well, I'm sure I have my fill, though. I'm sure. But yes, I am on Twitter. I signed up. And I can be followed at Web Therapy. That's where you could follow me, Fiona Wallace, on Twitter, at Web Therapy.